Hello, welcome back again to Premium Designs. Today we are going to learn how to change our RGB logo to a multi-channel logo. In textile designing, we already know we have the automatic textile print, then we have the manual textile print. So with the automatic textile print, we make use of machines in printing, and in the textile and in the manual printing, we make use of our hand or a manual procedure. So in this case, if you are going to print with your hand or with screen printing, of course, which will be your hand, or manual, any manual means of printing, you would want to separate your logo into colors. So if you have 3 colors in your logo, you would want to separate them, which each of the color will be on a separate screen. So if it's 3 colors, each of the color will be on a separate screen. So what I'm talking about is in textile designing, you make use of channels when you are doing color separation, and if you want to maintain your colors as you see here, you can make use of the layers panel. Alright, so if your logo is already in RGB, meaning you have your work in layer, so you can create more or additional layers if you are going to do an automatic print. So if it's going to be a machine print, no need for you to change it to multi-channel, because machine print can work with RGB as well. But with manual printing, which we want our colors to be separated, we would want it in channels. Alright, so without wasting much time, let's get started. So we have our logo here in 2 colors, and we want it to be in channels as well. So when we go to channels, we can see we have the RGB channels here. We don't want that. We want it on separate channels, because if you have RGB channels, when you turn on any of the channels here, you will see how it affects your color there. Alright, so we have our magic wand to pick our magic wand to, and then we select any of the colors, but let's first select the blue. So we've selected the blue here. You right click on your mouse, and then you go to similar. So similar picks all the blue colors in your logo, and then you create a new spot channel with it. Alright, so we have our blue on a new spot channel. Alright, come back to our RGB channel, and we select the orange color here. We right click and then we go to similar. New spot channel. Okay, so before we select our orange color here, we'll have to reduce the tolerance a bit to say 50. Okay, and then we can now select. And then we select similar, and then we create a new spot channel for it. Okay, so the reason we reduce the tolerance is because when the tolerance was at 90% or 90, when you select the orange design, it affects the white part of the design, since the orange is a lighter color and then the white is also light. But for the blue, it doesn't affect the white that much. Yes, and then you have your selection. Although the blue has some part of its selection in the white, it's still readable as compared to orange color here. Alright, so we have our logo here, but we can see we have 2 blue colors. That's not what we want, so we go back to our RGB, and then we use our color picker. So let's turn off what we have here. and then we can now use our color picker to pick the color here, the orange color, and then we can copy the color. So we've copied the color now. So this is the color. We double click and then we change the color. So we paste here, and then we can now delete the RGB layers here. So you right click and then you delete the channel. Alright, so we now have our logo here being separated. So the color has been separated, and then we have two colors here with each of the color on a separate channel. Alright, so quick one. If you are going to go ahead and arrange your logo on a design, then you would want to add a fill to your logo. So in case you send to your design or you arrange them on your design, you already have the fill you want. So in our previous video in textile designing playlist, we used this logo with its fill. We used the logo and its fill there. So this is how I did it. So first I want to go back to my move tool here, and then I have my crop tool. So holding down Shift and Alt, I can enlarge the background of my logo like this. So you hold down Shift and Alt, and then you drag from one corner of your canvas. So what you are going to do next is to hold Shift and Control, and then we select both channels. Right, so we have both channels selected. You hold Shift Control and then you click on the thumbnails of the channels to select them. So you see the channel has been selected here. So what we do now is to go to select, modify, expand, and then we expand by say 25. Okay, so 25, and then we create a new spot channel for it. Alright, so we have our expansion on a new spot channel. So we pick our brush to increase the opacity to 100, and then we make sure we select a hard round brush tool, and then we decrease the size a bit. Right, so we can easily use the brush tool to brush over. I think everything is okay now. So we just pick this channel here and then we bring it to the top. Alright, so we have our channel here. We can now change the color of this channel to a very light color. Right. So this is okay. Yes. So we have our color separation with a fill at the back. So this is the end of today's video. Kindly help share, like the video, and also comment. You can leave a submission or a suggestion in the comment section and I will attend to you. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.